If I look kind of sick, it's because I am. I've been sick all weekend, which is why this video is getting to you really late. I intended to make it like the day of or the day after I got back, which was Friday, but I ended up dying. So that wasn't very fun. So now that it is Tuesday and I'm feeling better, I'm sending you this video to tell you about my camping trip. It was so fun. I don't know if you've ever been camping, because our family really doesn't do that sort of thing, like a family thing, I guess. But I went with Perry and his kids. And despite my initial worries of being with the children the entire time, it actually wasn't bad. Like, just the kids being around kind of helped things be a little more fun, because otherwise Perry and Trish would have been like the whole time. So the first day we got there, Perry was freaking out because he had like possibly three tents to set up, and he was worried that he wasn't going to have enough time and that the kids were going to be bored and all this other crap. So I helped him set up the tents, and the kids went to the lake and swam. And the lake that they have there is beautiful. The whole park is just gorgeous. But the lake there is, it's like there's a huge circle of water, and then right in the center there's like an island that has bluffs on them, and just high, massive trees just all over, and it's beautiful. And if you rent a boat or a canoe, or you can swim there, you can go there, and they let you climb the bluffs and everything. I didn't get to do that because Perry had to watch his kids, and Trish wasn't watching her kids as normal. So he couldn't go with me, and he was afraid that I would die. So the second day, I started getting sick, which was super fun. Not really. That was the day we were going to do everything. So we got up early in the morning, and the kids got ready, and we ate. And Trisha's kids take forever to wake up. I woke up at like 8:30, and I was ready to go at like 8:35, and the kids woke up the same time I was, and they were like, for the rest of the morning. It was gross. So we ended up not getting to where we were going until about 10-ish, and they picked a really easy trail that's really good for children called, what was it called? The Stephen Falls Trail, and it was gorgeous. It was my favorite part of the entire trip. That trail and the trails that lead off of that trail, absolutely beautiful. They These trails go around this really huge meadow where they have horse trails at the park, and it led into the forest and then down like the side of a really short bluff. And as you go down the side of the bluff, if you look to your left, it is this open, massive clearing, and on one side of it, there's this beautiful waterfall that just like crashes down into this really cool spring-like pool. So that was where we were heading. And the first time that we got there, because I went 2 times with the adults, but we got there the first time, and the kids really wanted to touch the waterfall. And it was a small waterfall, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like Niagara Falls or anything like that. It was pretty small, but it was still really pretty. I would have loved to have taken a shower in it. Like, the water was so fresh and so clean, and it tasted really good. So we got the kids like over all of the rocks, and we got pictures of them like reaching out and touching the water and getting all wet and stuff. We went down the rest of the trail. The rest of the trail wasn't really all that interesting. Like, there was a lot of really cool rock formations, like, because the majority of that trail is beside or next to some of the bluffs. So there was just massive granite and limestone rock structures that just extended up for like hundreds of feet, and some of them had broken off and rolled down to like sit in the middle of the river, and it made like little tiny ecosystems, which were really cool. And we ended up finding a cave off the side of the rocks, or the trail, and Trish was like, I'm gonna go climb up there, and I was like, I'm gonna climb with you because you're gonna fall. So I climbed with her. I got a picture of her like pointing off to some side or whatever, and Um, that was that trail. And that day, we spent most of the afternoon swimming at the lake, and I couldn't swim because I was too sick. So I ended up reading Aragon the entire day, pretty much, and I'm almost done with it now. Um, the next day, Perry and I were gonna go do the Falls Trail and then another trail that went off of the Falls Trail. That was harder. It was a lot harder, actually. And Perry and I were all ready to go, and then all of a sudden Trish woke up and she was like, I want to go too. So we had to wait for another like hour and a half for her to come. And then by then the kids were up. Because the plan was we would go before the kids woke up so that the kids wouldn't have to be bored while we were hiking this really hard trail, because they wouldn't be able to make it. So Perry was freaking out about the kids, hoping like, because he wanted it to be fun for them, not like fun for the adults or whatever. Like it was still fun, but he was more worried about the kids, which I understand. So Trish like basically made him go on this trail, and it ended up being the best trail because it went right by the waterfall, and then it branched off at the end of the river, kind of up into the bluffs. Like the trail itself went into the bluffs. So it went up and it was really steep and rocky for a while, and then it went all the way around, like it curved around the side of a bluff. And then the rest of the trail after that was on top of one of the bluffs, and there was like little like side trails that you could go off of a couple of feet and look out over the bluff at the entire park. It was so pretty. I was so happy. And Trisha's scared of heights. Perry was like freaking out the entire time, and I just laughed. So I tried to get some pictures of the height, but it doesn't really look like it because it's all trees. So like the picture just looks like it's really like different heighted trees just extending out for a really long time, but they're still really pretty. So we're almost finished with this trail, and we go by a meadow again, and there's just, they planted purposefully like butterfly flowers, so a lot of butterflies would come by, and this giant, it was the size of Callie Blue's face, this giant swallow-tailed, like tiger butterfly yellow thing landed on a flower, and it like extended its wings out and everything, and I tried to get a picture of it on my phone, and it flew away before the picture happened, but then it landed on another flower like on the other side of the trail, so I rushed over and took a picture, and I got the perfect butterfly picture. It was awesome. It was so pretty. I have to show you. If you can see it, I'm gonna load it up to Facebook. But like, I was so proud of this picture. It was the best picture that I took that weekend, or weekday, I guess, because it's like the perfect, like, I felt like a National Geographic photographer. I felt so cool. So that was Friday. So we spent the rest of the day swimming at the lake. Kelly Blue found a friend to, her name was Heidi, and they played at the lake for the most part. I played tag with the kids in the water for an hour and a half, and it was so tiring. The next day I was so sore. So that was pretty much the whole camping trip. It was really fun, and I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do because, you know me, I can always do more. But I did get to do a lot, and it really makes me want to go camping again, which I'm really happy because later, like next week, from I think Thursday to Friday, me, Trevor, Andrew, Kyle, and they're trying to get some more girls to come, but they probably won't. So we're gonna go camping for an overnighter or like a 2-night thing at Kettle Moraine. So it'll be super fun, and I'm gonna make them do everything because I'm hyperactive. I have lots of energy. So I'm looking forward to that. And then Trevor and I are gonna go with one of his cousins at the very end of this month, hopefully, if school ends up being okay. But yeah, so that was my camping trip. Can't wait to hear from you. Love you!